Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, too long almost, to be honest. I can't believe that I'm finally able to create this video, which features the first 4 paintings of the INKTOBER 2021. Some may say it's too late now to post these videos since it's the INKTOBER from 2021, but for me it's never too late for that. Actually, I'm happy that I can find the time now to create these videos, and I love the drawing process, so why not show you and talk about it? But I just wanted to take the chance to talk about my current situation, or YouTube situation, so to speak. You see, sometimes life just likes to play cat and mouse with you. You start a project and you're really looking forward to it or are really hyped about it, and then something comes up, whatever it may be, and you have to temporarily put it on hold again, even though you really want to continue. And for me, that's YouTube or social media in general. These videos, these paintings, I created in 2021 during my more or less really first Inktober attempt. And back then I already struggled to keep up with it because I had a lot to do for university. And it came to a point where I had to decide to quit YouTube to concentrate on my studies. And that's fine, you know, it was the right decision since YouTube was just a hobby back then, and the studies were really important. They're still important. And while quitting YouTube lifted some weight off my shoulders, time management wise, I still felt the wish to create art. Watching other people do it while I had to put it on ice for a while led to a mixture of feelings. A mixture of self-doubt, impatience, but also motivation. Because I just wanted to get started again. And well, with time I felt okay with it. I came to the realization, you know, maybe it's not the time yet. Eventually you will be able to find the time to draw again. I'm sure about that. And that thought kept me going. Sometimes you just have to wait and let things figure themselves out. Now, some time has passed, and so I thought, maybe I can try again now. Let's see if the time's right now. And if it isn't, then it isn't. And that's okay. But I just feel like trying it again. And the funny thing is that I now have actually less time at hand than before. Actually, I will be starting writing my thesis soon, and I will definitely focus on that. So starting a big time-consuming hobby like YouTube isn't the easiest thing to do now, but I feel like it could create a nice balance between my university and my art, so we will see. I don't want to be too hard on myself if it doesn't work out the way I want again. If I can't keep up with the posting pace, for example, that's fine. I'm a person that has a lot going on in their daily life and also needs a lot of personal space to recharge, so I just need to learn to listen to myself and go with the flow. If I manage a video a month, that's great. If it's every 3 months, fine. And if not at all, then no pressure. Maybe I create some shorts, maybe I'll be more active on Instagram or start TikTok, you know, or I'll just see what's possible. More important, I just want to have fun with it. So in short, I want to start YouTube again. Here I am, starting by showing you the results of my Inktober back then and talking about the process and the ideas behind it. And if it doesn't work out in the end, then be it. I'm sure at some point there will be the time to create again. For now, I just want to get started in a way that's manageable and healthy for me. And now that I got this off my chest, I think we can finally switch to the Inktober topic. That's also why you're here, right? Overall, I created 31 drawings, and I think I will split these videos up so that I will cover around 3 drawings each time. 4 in this one, since the number is uneven anyway. And splitting up into groups of 3 would also fit with the themes I chose each time, since I didn't stick to the official prompt list that year. But I come to that point later. Overall, I think I will talk a lot about the drawing processes, the motives or concepts I chose, the techniques I wanted to try out, and the materials I used. Back then, my goal was to experiment a lot and do some research regarding my style when it comes to fine liners in combination with watercolors. Today, usually when I work with ink and fine liners, I tend to combine it with pencils or vice versa. often staying in the black and white style, maybe adding one color or whatever. And that black style is also a thing I see a lot in other Inktober videos. I mean, of course, since you're working with ink, which is most of the time black. And I really like that one. But for the Inktober 2021, I wanted to experiment and combine fine liners with watercolors that are more bright or pastel-like and see how it turns out. Spoiler alert, I'm very pleased with most of the results during that month. I also learn a lot about textures and values and what I enjoy about it when it comes to creating them, so stay tuned for that topic as well. When it comes to the motifs in this video, I chose elements that I'm very comfortable with, or that come right out of my comfort zone, which would be a combination of a human body part-like concept combined with nature or still life elements in a surrealistic way. At the moment, I'm drawing a lot of portraits, but for Inktober, I mostly stick to these other elements. I started by drawing just what came to my mind, which would be a human covered completely in butterflies in the water. I mean, why not? Since I drew on a smaller format, it was A5 or something around that, I couldn't add too much details on the facial features or every little butterfly. But that's okay, and I wanted to focus on the mixture of fine liners and water anyway, so I did just that. And I think in the end it turned out pretty good. For the other three motifs, I kinda zoomed in a bit since I wanted to add more details, and I have this face with the hand concept, which is, I'm not sure if it's my favorite among these four, since I like the last one a lot as well, but it's definitely a favorite among all of the Inktober drawings. It goes more in the direction of portrait, which is what I'm doing now, and I think it has a better balance between detailed areas and less detailed areas. I really like that. And I also really like the idea of a person or something else just bursting or cracking open and revealing some kind of texture inside or underneath. A concept you will probably see more often. For the third one, I wanted to focus a bit on the textures and drew some kind of a flying eye. I took my time with going darker and darker with the colors, since I also liked it when there was more or less only the light colors added on top on the pencil. But since it was Inktober, I didn't hesitate for long to use the fine liners in the end. I basically always start by sketching the outline of the drawing of that day with a pencil. And I had for almost every drawing some kind of mini sketch that I did beforehand and used as a reference for that. For the videos, I didn't actually record the pre-sketching phase, I guess because I wanted to get to the essence of the Inktober as quickly as possible, which is ink, But let me know if you would like to see the sketching phase as well. If you do, I would film that part as well in the future. After sketching, I would start by adding some watercolors layer by layer and try to blend everything nicely. For that part, it's also no problem to paint over or outside the pencil lines, since they were just there for orientation, and I knew I would draw over them anyway with fine liner later. So for that part, I actually used a combination of two kinds of fine liners, a waterproof one and a non-waterproof one. And after finishing outlining with the waterproof one, I went in with the other one, the non-waterproof one, but only in specific areas. You see, when you paint over it, it lifts the ink again and mixes it with the watercolor you are using. That way, it blends in a really unique way that I really like and used a lot during the rest of Inktober. These were more or less my go-to steps in most of the paintings. Later on, I tried some other things as well, such as using more or less water or ink, using a different cross-hatching technique or cross-hatching in general. So yeah, like I said, a lot of experimenting and finding out what I like. In the last concept, I wanted to draw some hands and add the water theme again. For that, it was very nice to choose my motifs myself. Like I said, I haven't been following the official prompt list that year, although some of my paintings actually fit some of those, I think. I think there was the prompt crystal or sprout or both. I'm pretty sure I created paintings around these topics, but for the most part I worked with the concept that just came to my mind. I changed the theme for the concept every 3 days, so that I always end up with groups of 3 paintings that are theme-wise related to each other. For example, the first 4 ones are more human-related. I think the next 3 ones will have the theme mushroom or something, and so on. So I think I have 3 for crystal, 3 for sprout, etc. That allowed me to explore a theme from different angles and experiment a bit more. So yeah, you can stay tuned for that as well. And actually, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the first process video. I have to say, I used the opportunity in this video to talk a bit more about my current situation, what I plan in the future regarding YouTube and other social media, etc. It just was really important for me to talk about that. In the next videos, I will probably go more into detail regarding the drawing processes and paintings itself, as well as the Inktober prompts, and sharing some basic tips and tricks about working with fine liners as well. So yeah, with that being said, stay tuned and we will see each other in the next video. Bye!